Fredericksburg is home to B4 International, which helps clients set up their trade booths all over the world. On this week's edition, we're going to tell you about this company and how they've come full circle right here at Millrace Commons. So today I'm at 701 Kenmore Avenue, which is the Millrace Commons office building, and I'm with Mr. Bjorn Bieniek and his daughter Anna Shaw. Their company is called B4 International. Mr. Bieniek is the chairman of the company, and Ms. Shaw is the president of the company. And on this week's edition, we're going to tell you a really interesting story about this company and how they've come full circle. So first of all, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah. So Bjorn, why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about sort of how you ended up in Fredericksburg and starting this company in the first place?
Well, I used to work for the Swedish government. I was Swedish, I'm now American. We do trade shows and trade missions. I was posted in the US, left the government service and started my own business at a time when the US Commerce Department had decided that the government should not get involved in active trade promotion and let the private sector do it. So I started a business in Chicago, and after a number of years we realized that we need to be closer to DC because we do a lot of business with government agencies and trade associations. So we went to DC and went in semicircles south and looking at different places and found Fredericksburg, stayed at Kenmore Inn, had dinner at La Petite and decided, let's move here. That's 30 years ago, and we found this very office where we moved in January 1st, 1993.
Very cool. And then you've moved around a little bit.
We've been in another office here, we've been on Princess Anne Street, we were on William Street, and now we're back here.
And Anna, why don't you talk a little bit about what B4 does, the services that you offer?
Sure. We actually operate in 3 different areas. The first of those being we represent international trade shows for the US and Canadian market. The second being we build pavilions at overseas trade shows, so that's helping US and Canadian companies exhibit at overseas shows. And the third area, which is potentially the most interesting and our fastest growing area, is we build custom exhibits for exhibitors at trade shows. So we're doing that, that's actually started internationally, but that has grown into the US market as well and is the fastest growing area of our business. And we're doing a lot domestically throughout the US.
And logistically, it's complicated for companies to know what to do to set up a booth at these large trade shows, so you make it easy for them.
Right, absolutely. And we're building actual custom exhibits from scratch for them. Obviously not here in the Fredericksburg office. We're working with fabrication partners for that piece, but yeah, and working with them throughout the trade show process so they can focus on business and not struggling to set up a booth.
Most, maybe all of your business is not really in Fredericksburg. Your clients, you work outside of the area and setting up at trade shows all over the world.
Right, exactly, all over the world.
Yeah. And how can people find out more information about B4?
Our main website is b4.com, and we also have a website dedicated to our creative services, and that's b4creative.com.
Okay, and I think, Bjorn, I also wanted to get you to tell the interesting story about the FXBG brand, which the city has made into its brand. Bjorn here was an early adopter of that, so tell that story.
Well, I was sitting behind a car, and the car had an OBX sticker on the outer banks. And I was thinking, that's pretty clever to use the X in there. And then suddenly it dawned on me, Fredericksburg has an X in it too. So I came home and I told it to my family, and my sons, the younger brothers of Anna, they were enthusiastic and say, let's make some stickers and we will sell them. So I ordered a number of stickers and they went down and sold it to the Benjamin Franklin store and the Made in Virginia store and some other places, and made some extra money for a couple of years, I guess. Yeah, I'm excited to see when I see the FXBG everywhere now, even officially. I guess it's my background in advertising that made me come up with thinking like that.
Well, it was a great idea, and it's a great brand. Just wanted to say we're so happy that B4 is in Fredericksburg. Obviously, you could have picked almost anywhere, and we're happy that you made your home and made this your business's home. And I know you do work kind of all around the world, but we're glad that you're headquartered right here in Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Thank you.
And it's a great story of you
here.
coming full circle back
Thank
to
you,
this
Bill.
space. So, all right. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So that'll do it for this week's edition. We appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next week.